Welcome to Learning Life Content. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps us grow and motivates us to bring you more fascinating and enriching stories. Long ago, in ancient India, there lived a mighty emperor named Ashoka. He ruled the vast Mauryan Empire, stretching from the mountains in the north to the green lands in the south. People across this huge land knew his name, and they spoke it with fear. Ashoka was not known for kindness, but for his power and ambition. He built a massive army, commanded loyal generals, and inspired terror in his enemies. Stories of Ashoka were tales of a fierce, unforgiving ruler. People called him Chandragupta, Ashoka the Cruel, a warning to all who opposed him. His rule was one of iron and force, his goal to make his empire the greatest, no matter the cost. His palaces were grand, but his true power was the fear he commanded. Governors obeyed without question, merchants paid taxes, and even rival kings sent gifts to avoid his wrath. Ashoka's presence was everywhere, a sun king whose light scorched all. He was a conqueror, a builder of empire defined by unyielding strength and relentless pursuit of power. His story seemed destined for endless conquest and domination, yet few could have imagined that this fearsome emperor stood on the edge of a transformation. A change so profound it would ripple across the world for centuries. Ashoka's journey was just beginning, and its most important chapter was yet to be written. Ashoka was born into the powerful Mauryan dynasty, grandson of Chandragupta Maurya, the empire's founder. His father, Emperor Bindusara, kept the empire strong. Ashoka grew up in the royal court of Pataliputra, surrounded by ambition and rivalry. With many brothers, the path to the throne was never certain. Ashoka was bright, ambitious, and skilled in warfare and politics. He governed important provinces like Ujjain, learning the art of rule and earning a reputation as a capable administrator. These experiences set him apart from his brothers and made him a rival in the court's web of intrigue. Ashoka formed alliances with powerful ministers and generals, understanding that power was never simply given. It had to be taken. The competition shaped him into a determined, strategic, and sometimes ruthless contender for the throne. He was not just a prince of luxury, but an active force in the empire's government. The struggle for succession was fierce, and Ashoka knew he had to outwit and outlast his rivals. His ambition grew, fueled by the legacy of his ancestors. The stage was set for a dramatic rise to power. When Emperor Bindusara died, a brutal struggle for the throne erupted. Ashoka, not the eldest, was the most ambitious and capable. He fought a violent war against his brothers, determined to claim the crown. Supported by loyal ministers, Ashoka eliminated his rivals, earning the name Chandragupta, Ashoka the Cruel. He secured the throne through bloodshed and sorrow. As emperor, Ashoka expanded the empire with brilliant military strategy and strict rule. His laws were harsh, his control absolute. He built a vast network of spies and officials to enforce his will. For 8 years, Ashoka was a relentless conqueror, always seeking new lands. Yet one kingdom remained independent: Kalinga, a proud and prosperous land. Ashoka saw Kalinga's independence as a threat and prepared for the most devastating war of his life. The stage was set for a conflict that would change him forever. Kalinga was rich, independent, and determined to resist Ashoka's might. Ashoka gathered his massive army and marched to conquer the defiant kingdom. The people of Kalinga fought bravely, defending their freedom against overwhelming odds. The war was brutal. Villages burned, cities destroyed, and the land soaked in blood. The suffering was immense, affecting soldiers and civilians alike. Ashoka's army crushed Kalinga, but the victory came at a staggering cost. Historical records say 100,000 Kalinga soldiers died, and many more from Ashoka's own army. 150,000 people were captured and forced from their homes. Countless others died from famine and disease. After the final battle, Ashoka walked through the ruins, expecting pride but finding only horror. He saw fields of the dead, heard the cries of the bereaved, and witnessed the devastation he had caused. The scale of suffering overwhelmed him. This was not the glorious victory he had imagined. It was a human tragedy of immense proportions. Ashoka, the conqueror, was left with a broken heart. The war would haunt him and change him forever. Amidst the ruins of Kalinga, Ashoka felt deep remorse for the first time. The joy of conquest vanished, replaced by guilt and sorrow. He realized that every victory cost thousands of innocent lives. The cries of the victims echoed in his mind, and the weight of his actions became unbearable. Ashoka began to question the meaning of true greatness. Was a king's legacy built on suffering, or could it be built on compassion? He returned to Pataliputra a changed man, seeking a new path. Ashoka turned to spiritual teachers and discovered the teachings of the Buddha: non-violence, compassion, and moral duty. The Buddha's message resonated deeply, offering a way to heal his heart and his empire. Ashoka embraced Buddhism, committing himself to peace and transformation. Ashoka introduced a new policy, Dhamma, a moral code based on kindness, respect, and tolerance. Dhamma was not a religion but a universal code for all his subjects. Ashoka's ambition shifted from conquest to winning hearts through compassion. He urged kindness to all, respect for elders, and generosity to friends and holy men. Tolerance became central. He encouraged respect for all religions. To spread his message, Ashoka had his teachings carved into stone pillars and rocks across the empire. These edicts of Ashoka, written in local languages, made his message accessible to everyone. In his edicts, Ashoka publicly expressed regret for the Kalinga War and vowed to pursue peace. He appointed Dhamma Mahamatas officers who spread the message, helped the poor, and ensured fair treatment. Ashoka's government became dedicated to the moral and spiritual well-being of its people. The empire's focus shifted from power to compassion. Ashoka's transformation was not just personal, it changed the course of his entire empire. The Path of Dharma became his new legacy. Ashoka's embrace of Dhamma transformed his rule. He ended wars of aggression, seeking only victory by Dhamma, winning hearts through righteousness. His administration focused on the welfare of his people. Ashoka built hospitals, wells and rest houses, and planted trees for travelers. He reformed the justice system, urging fairness and mercy. Even prisoners sentenced to death were given a grace period for appeals or spiritual preparation. Ashoka's compassion extended to animals. He protected wildlife and discouraged animal sacrifice. The royal kitchen reduced meat consumption, and kindness to animals became law. Ashoka's strength was now measured by his compassion, not his armies. His reforms made the Mauryan Empire a model of humane governance. Ashoka's gentle hand left a lasting mark on history. Ashoka's vision of peace extended beyond his empire. He became Buddhism's greatest patron, sending missions to spread its teachings far and wide. Monks and scholars traveled to southern India, Greece, Egypt, and beyond, sharing the message of non-violence and compassion. Ashoka's own son and daughter brought Buddhism to Sri Lanka, where it flourished. His efforts helped transform Buddhism from a local faith into a global religion. Through Ashoka, Buddhism spread along the Silk Road to Central and East Asia. He sponsored the Third Buddhist Council, helping codify the faith's teachings. Ashoka's support ensured that the message of peace would endure. His legacy was not just an empire, but a movement that shaped civilizations. Ashoka's message of compassion became a gift to the world. Ashoka ruled for nearly 40 years after his transformation. He became known as Devanampiya Piyadasi, beloved of the gods. His legacy is one of moral and spiritual transformation, not conquest. Ashoka's stone pillars and edicts still stand, telling his story in his own words. The lion capital of Ashoka, with its 4 lions and the Ashoka Chakra, became symbols of India's ideals. Today, the Ashoka Chakra sits at the center of India's national flag, a reminder of his message. Ashoka's life teaches that true strength lies in mercy, and the greatest victory is over oneself. His story is a timeless lesson. Even the most powerful can choose peace. Change is always possible for a person or a nation. Ashoka showed that greatness is measured by compassion and respect for all life. The fierce emperor became a messenger of peace, inspiring the world. His most enduring empire was built not on land, but on kindness and love. Ashoka's legacy continues to shine centuries after his reign. Thank you for watching Learning Life content. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps us grow and motivates us to bring you more fascinating and enriching stories.